In this video, we'll explore some of the storage management capabilities of IBM Systems Director. We'll go through storage discovery, inventory collection, alarm monitoring, and live storage topologies. This is the main screen for Systems Director. Director allows a systems administrator to discover and manage IBM systems and storage infrastructure. Storage configuration, alarm status, and topology can all be viewed from this interface. We'll begin by adding some storage in the Director's database. On the left side of the screen, inside the Inventory group, there's an option for System Discovery. We click this to access the Discovery wizard. This wizard has multiple discovery scopes. Since we want to discover multiple systems at once, we'll select the option for an IP address range, and then input the range we want. Once we've entered our IP range, we can click the Discover button to kick off the automated discovery process. Director has found a bunch of hosts operating within that range. Notice that access levels for all hosts are listed as no access. This means that Director doesn't know the necessary credentials to log on to these hosts and determine their configuration. We can easily fix this by clicking on No Access and supplying the needed logon information. Muttley 20 and 22 are storage service providers. Let's give Director what it needs to access those hosts. That takes care of Muttley 20. Now let's do Muttley 22. There, we're all set. You'll notice that since we've allowed Director access to the storage providers, Director was able to discover some fast-T storage sitting behind them. We can browse the Director database by clicking on Navigate Resources over on the left side of the page. From here, we have a number of browsing options. Let's find our newly discovered storage. First, we click on Groups by System Type, then Storage Systems, and finally Network Storage. Here they are. This dashboard view gives us a high-level picture of what's going on with our storage arrays. We can click on any one of these and get more detail. Let's explore the fast-T100 array. We can also do things like collect an inventory on the array. This tells Director to do an in-depth inspection of the array's configuration. We do this by selecting Actions, then Inventory. We don't see much because Director hasn't yet had a chance to collect inventory for this array. So let's go ahead and ask Director to do that. It's done. If we refresh the inventory, we can see what kind of data Director has found. For a storage array, we can browse things like drives, controllers, and even port numbers. Let's now take a look at how we view alarm conditions in Director. We've returned once again to the Navigate Resources dashboard view for our storage arrays. As you can see, we've already had a problem with our fast FET device. The nice thing about this view is that it updates live. We've just had an error come up on our fast-T100 array. Let's click on it and take a look and find out what happened. By bringing up the array's properties and clicking on Active Status, we can see a list of errors this array has surfaced. If we click on the error listed here, we see that it was caused by a failed drive. In fact, it looks like the drive was failed manually. This is expected since we intentionally failed this drive to show you the error. Since we know that this isn't a real error, let's clear it out. We can do this by selecting Actions on this screen and then selecting Delete. Notice that the status immediately goes back to OK, and the dashboard shows the same green status now. Director can also help you visualize your storage network topology. To explore that, we've gone back to our Navigate Resources view and selected the All Operating Systems group. This shows a list of systems it's discovered, Windows, Linux, and so on. The BC303A server happens to be a fiber channel endpoint, so let's explore that host. Note that we've already collected inventory for this host, so we can view some useful information about it. Note the fiber channel port numbers here. They will be useful later on. Let's now go back, then right-click on the server to select Topology Perspectives. We want to view the storage topology, so we'll select Storage Area Network here. This view is showing a map of fiber connections from the selected host moving into the network. We can increase the depth of the map by clicking Actions, then Depth. Notice that this view follows the fiber channel ports all the way out to the Brocade switch, and beyond to other switches and hosts. We can also view the topology from the perspective of the storage array. Let's go back to Navigate Resources and find the array. There it is. Let's bring up the storage network topology view. Here's the topology of the network from the array out to the IBM switch. The topology will change when there is a configuration change in the network. To show this, we're going to do a quick demo. The BC303A host is a blade server with a QLogic 2 gigabit fiber adapter installed. We're going to pull this adapter out and replace it with another QLogic adapter rated for 4 gigabit. After swapping the adapter, we need to recollect the inventory on the blade server. By now, you should be familiar with the steps. As expected, the fiber channel port numbers have changed, reflecting the new ports on the 4 gigabit card. Let's go back and bring up the storage network topology. While we increase the depth of this map, you should notice that we only have one branch coming out of our server now, where we used to have two. This is because the old card had 2 fiber ports in it, while the new adapter has only 1. However, if we scrub over to the right side of this topology, you can see that our network path still goes through the same Brocade switches before and beyond. This concludes our walkthrough of basic storage management using IBM Systems Director. Thanks for your attention.